And welcome back to a brand new episode with Sam Larson Studio, and today we're going to be talking about drawing ducks. Here's the thing, I don't remember if I covered anything about drawing ducks so far. In my videos so far, looking back, I didn't see anything about it, so I'm pretty excited to play around with this lesson. So here's the thing. We're going to draw a nice line going here. You know what, let's add some perspective lines to it. Nothing too crazy. This isn't going to be anything too insane. We're mostly focusing on the ducks. What makes a duck, alright? Circle, beak. That's most of it. Needs feathers too. I'm basing this off of the existence of angry birds. They were able to make birds by just throwing together shapes. And look at that. Hang on, that's too dark. You probably can't see that. Look at that. That's not what a bird looks like. Why does this work as a bird? That's why we're going over this. It's a circle. How does it turn into a bird? They just added a couple feathers and a beak to it. And then they said, he's angry and he's a bird. And we all just said, okay, he's a bird. So what it's important to remember here is just grabbing those important aspects of the animal. So in this case, we're going to do a few different duck designs, all right? So this is one of my favorite kinds of duck designs. We got to do a circle for the body. Actually, we're going to aim the beak up a little bit more. There we go. Why does this work, and why can we identify it as being a bird, or even being a duck? I wanted to get his mouth a little bit open, but I don't know that that works as well as I wanted it to. That's okay. Why does this work as being a duck, or even being recognized as being a bird? We have the feathers. We have the webbed feet, and we have the beak. I want his little legs kind of going all over the place. That's not what a duck looks like, but it still works. We're trying to draw a more proper duck. Look at this top one up here. Still add a couple little feathers to that. Big semicircle for the body. And there we have it. You can also add the little ring around it, around the neck. And we've already got a really fun style for a duck. That's it. That's all there is to it. So remember, get that beak in there and get the wings in there, indicate that there's feathers, and you can make most things look like a bird. It doesn't really matter too much what the shape is. This is similar to what we talked about with our cat. We can make any of these shapes into some kind of bird by just adding a beak to it. Okay, this is looking more like a platypus, but that's because of Perry the Platypus. Look at that. These are just lumps to be wings. Those aren't even like the best wings, you know? And yet you can still recognize that this is now a bird. Same kind of thing as what we talked about with the penguins. He's waving, but he's not happy about it. Check this out. We're like chicken feet or eagle feet. And it still works. Because we associate the wings and the feathers and the beaks as being a part of what makes a bird look like a bird. See how goofy you can make it. Look at that. Now we've got a cool toucan. Well, it's just the toucan beak. This doesn't look like a toucan kind of bird. He's ridiculous, and yet somehow you can still identify him as being a bird. That's all for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.